Brian's in Rotherham. Morning, Brian.
Good morning, Toby.
What's your hobby, Brian?
Spotting worms.
You what?
Spotting worms, but they have to be a certain type of worm. They have to be European night crawlers.
Is he making this up? Can somebody just Google European night crawlers and make sure it's what you have done? Good. European night crawlers?
Yes, mate.
What's a European night crawler?
Well, I'm not going to tell you where I go.
No, in case we all go.
Because I don't want everybody coming down at night with the torches and spoiling it for me.
Everybody sat there thinking, come on, Brian, just tell us where it is.
Well, it's in Greasborough.
Oh, well, we've narrowed it down to within 5 square miles. Is it near the dam?
No, not quite. It's more central Greasborough. But like I say...
Yellow Lion?
No, you're trying to get it out of
Co-op? Is it
no,
near
I
Co-op?
don't want to spoil it.
Alpine? Is it near the Alpine?
No, I go out myself at night with my dogs and my torch every night. The weather has to be just right, and you can see quite a lot. How I came across it, I have bad legs, so when I take my dogs onto park, I have a torch, and I could see things moving in grass, but couldn't really make out what they were. I thought they were little frogs or something. And then eventually I found out they were worms, and I looked them up on internet, and they're called European night crawlers. And what they do is, when temperature's right and it's moist, they're quite sociable, which that's what makes me like them so much. And they come out of the holes, but they just leave a bit of the body in the hole. So I don't know if it's they can feel my footsteps, or they can notice light, or feel warmth, but they can go back down the holes very, very, very fast. So I walk round and see how many I can count. Some nights I can get up to 100, and then when I get back in, my wife will ask me how many I've seen. But I have this saying that worms must have this saying, one out, all out, because if weather's not right, you don't see any. But if weather's right, you can see hundreds of them.
I don't know that they necessarily have a saying. I've just looked at some pictures of them. They're just worms.
Yeah, but they're a special type of worm, Toby, because they're very sociable. Sometimes you can see about 8, 9 or maybe 10 all out of the holes very close to each other, as though they're having a chat. I don't know if they are having a chat.
I think probably not. Have you ever collected any, Brian?
No, they're too fast, Toby. The one night there were hundreds out, and I was so excited, I went and knocked on a chap's door. It was about 11 o'clock at night, and he answered the door. I didn't know him, and I said, "Oh, Nightcrawler, worms are out. Do you want to come out and have a look?"
Brian, hang on a minute. You were out in Greasborough at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You saw a lot of worms.
Yeah.
So you went and banged on a complete stranger's door.
Yeah.
To say, "There's a lot of worms out here. Would you like to look at them?"
Yeah.
Did he come?
Well, no, he just looked at me for a few minutes and said, "No, thank you," and closed the door.
I bet he did.
But I wanted him to come out to have a look, you see, because it's it's amazing. As you walk along, you can see hundreds of them vanishing back down the rolls really fast. I bought quite an expensive camera just to try and photograph them, but up to now, for last year, I've not been able to photograph one. Very rarely they stay out, and you can have a look at them, but most of the time they zoom back down the holes very quickly. You won't be able to see them.
Camera shy.
It's a very nice thing, very pleasurable walk to see them.
Well, I'm glad you have fun with your worm spotting and with the European Nightcrawler. What a fantastic name, the European Nightcrawler. I noticed Tom Ingle from TV's Look North has just come into our operations centre here. I'm guessing that's because you've heard about the European Nightcrawler on the radio and you're thinking this could be a Look North thing. He might bring his big camera out, Brian.
Well, apparently, Toby, I've read, you can buy them off. I don't know if I've never looked them up, but you can buy them off internet, and they're very desired by fishermen because they wriggle a right lot when they're on hook.
You can buy them, yeah. You can buy European night crawlers and red wigglers.
Oh, red wigglers. I don't know. I'll have to start looking for them.
Yeah, see if you can find yourself a red wiggler. Thank you very much indeed. That's Brian in Rotherham. He's a worm spotter.
Toby Foster at breakfast. BBC Radio Sheffield.
Well, that was Little Bobby Dazzler, wasn't it?
It's quite odd.
It was odd. As Bobby Dazzlers go, that was a Bobby Dazzler. We're back tomorrow with more Dazzlers to be bobbied. Thank you very much indeed. That was your podcast. Bye!
Toby Foster, The Breakfast Podcast from BBC Radio Sheffield.